Since I'm not good at following directions, and I'm also not the best at writing them, I figure I will show you a bobble sequence and see if that makes sense. So here we have a bobble, and then we have one ladder rung, two ladder rungs, and I'm making the third ladder rung here. Let's see. And knit two together, and yarn over, and slip, slip, knit. Yep. Hard to look at a camera and do this at the same time. At least if you're me, that's hard. Okay, so now we have the three ladder rungs. Bobble, 1, 2, 3 ladder rungs. So now we're going to do the backward loop cast on of 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. And we're just going to work in this last one to make the bobble. And it's knit one, yarn over, knit another one in that same loop, yarn over, and knit another. So if we look at this, we've got 5 little stitches there. We're going to turn the work and work back. I am slipping the first stitch to try to round out those bobbles a little bit. 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I'm not a pro here, so sorry if this is a little out of whack. Turn the work again, and we're going to slip the first stitch, knit the other 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these 4 remaining backward loop stitches, those are the stem of the bobble. And so now we're just working on the bobble part of the bobble, and we're tying our scarf up in a knot, because after all, that's what yarn is for, if you don't have a cat. All right, so where are we here? Okay, we're gonna slip that, knit back. Oh, sorry, lost you there. And again, we're doing this until we have 3 garter ridges, and I really have made a mess here. All right, so back in here. So slip the first one, knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, you don't have to do this English. You can do this continental. I'm just not going to show you continental because I don't do that very well. And so we want 3 garter ridges. And here we are. 3 garter ridges. So there's 1, 2, 3. The little barnyard mixed in. Okay, and so we're slipping that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're passing those stitches over that last bobble stitch there. Okay, so there's that, and now we've kind of made our stem a little loose there. So knit into that and bind off the last bobble stitch and bind off down the stem. And I'm still being anchored by having my yarn twisted around the work everywhere. So, all right, now we're back into the main trim, going to bind off that 5th stitch of the bobble stem, and then we have knit 1, knit another in that yarn over, purl into the yarn over, and knit 1, and then we're going to slip a trim stitch, the last trim stitch, and slip a scarf stitch, main color stitch, and knit those together and turn the work. And then we're not slipping the first stitches on this part. So knit, knit, knit 2 together, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. How did I do that? Is that right? That's not right. How did I do that? I messed up. Okay. All right, so we knit that first stitch and knit 2 together, yarn over, and slip, oh, that's a messed up stitch, slip, knit, and knit 1, and turn the work, and knit 1, knit 2, knit 3, purl into that second yarn over, and knit 1, slip a trim color, contrasting color, slip a main color, knit those together, turn the work. And then we, oh, I keep losing you there. And we knit 2 together, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and knit 1. Okay, and then we've got the bobble, right, bobble, and then we have 1 ladder, yarn over ladder, 2 yarn over ladders. So we're making our 3rd one here. Knit 1, knit 2, knit 3, purl 1, knit 1, slip the contrasting color, slip main color, and knit those 2 together and turn the work. All right, so here we are with bobble, and the bobble falls in between here, 1 ladder rung, 2 ladder rungs, and now as we go across this, we're going to make that 3rd ladder rung. I know for a lot of you, for all of you, this is probably like, why is she doing this? This is like obvious. But this is what we do when we don't know how to read directions or write them. So, thank you for your patience. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3 ladder rungs. So now we're in that place. Did I have that where you could see it? Probably not. So bobble, 1, 2, 3 ladder rungs. So now we're ready to backward loop, cast on 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe by the end of this, I will know where to keep my knitting so that you can actually see it. That would be helpful. All right, and all in this last stitch, knit 1, yarn over, knit another, yarn over, and now we have 5 stitches on there. And we're just going to work back and forth in these 5 stitches, slipping the first one of those stitches. So slip the first stitch, knit 4, turn your work, and obviously if this were on my lap instead of dangling over a table, I would not be stretching that poor little stem piece of yarn there, but it is what it is. All right, slip the first stitch and knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's that little bit of yarn right there that I'm talking about that I don't want to stretch out, but you know, we can work with it when we get to it. Okay, slip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work again. You know, some people like doing this kind of stuff. I gotta say, these bobbles I find annoying. Trim, for the most part, I find annoying. But it looks really neat when it's done, so I'll put up with it. Slip. 1, knit 2, knit 3, knit 4. And we know this is not the time to slip these over because we only have 2 garter ridges. We got to have those 3 garter ridges in there. So slip that. 1, 2. I can't believe this has been 11 minutes. Oh my gosh, you must be so bored. Okay, so this is just the last. I'm taking you down the last of this bobble, and then you're on your own because I know you guys are smarter than I am and you've got it already. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we have those 3 garter ridges. We're ready to slip these, pass these stitches over the first stitch, and then start binding off down the stem. So knit into the first stem stitch and pull that last bobble stitch over. Next stem stitch, bind off, and bind off, and bind off that one, and we have one more to bind off, and then we're down into the body of the trim. Okay, so now it's just knit that, knit into a yarn over, purl the next yarn over, knit 1, and slip up, slip a trims, how do I slip as if to knit, Nancy, get it straight. Okay, so slip the trim, slip the body stitch, and knit those together. Okay, now I'm gonna just turn around and knit the other way so I can get this needle out of your way, and we'll take a look at what we have here. So we're knitting the first stitch on these garter stitch rows, but I keep forgetting right away there's something to do. Knit those together, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and knit a stitch. Okay, so let's get this out here for us to look at. So these last 2 bobbles we just did, and so the bobbles are closed up. They're kind of closed up on one side and they're sort of loose on the other. And if you can find a different way to do this, I would be happy to find out. My needle keeps switching around. But anyway, this is it's a really snuggly scarf, and it's kind of cute. And you know, as you wrap it around your neck, you got bobbles everywhere, and it's just kind of pretty. It's very warm. This yarn is a Targhee Columbia cross. It looks to me like it's, I mean, it's called a worsted, but it's really, it's quite big for a worsted weight. I'm knitting on 10s, and there you go. Hopefully that, oh, that's why we're on the back side. So you got this little picot trim here that's just kind of fun and girly. And, you know, it's sometimes a challenge to make things that are garter stitch look girly. But anyway, so there it is. That's the front side. That's the back side. And hopefully that makes sense.